If you've been struggling to get a flat belly without feeling deprived or stuck on restrictive diets, this video is for you. Today I'm sharing the exact 3 things that I stopped doing and 3 things that I started doing to finally get a flat stomach, all without restrictive dieting. I'm sharing simple changes that I made to help flatten my belly while still living life and enjoying food. The last tip that I will share with you is literally the easiest and most overlooked of them all, so make sure you stick around to the end so that you don't miss this one. So let's dive into it. The first thing that I stopped doing was depriving myself of carbohydrates and healthy fats. First, let's talk about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are our body's primary energy source. When we cut carbohydrates out, it can leave us feeling deprived, depleted, drained of energy, sluggish, and craving unhealthy foods. Instead of cutting carbohydrates, I've learned to choose the right types of carbohydrates to fuel my body with proper nutrition. Those are carbohydrates from whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, fruits, and vegetables, rather than eating refined carbohydrates such as white flour, white bread, pastries, white pastas, and processed foods with lots of added sugar. These complex carbohydrates provide fiber, help with digestion, and help keep you fuller for longer. When I started eating the proper types of carbs, I noticed a huge difference in my energy levels, and this also helped flatten my midsection. Of course, I have a video on carbohydrates and weight loss. If you're interested in learning more about carbs, I will put that link to that video right here. Next, let's talk about healthy fats. So many people are afraid to eat fats in their foods, thinking that fats will lead to fat and weight gain on their body. When I started incorporating healthy fats, such as those from nuts, seeds, soybeans, olive oil, avocado, into the majority of my meals, it not only helped me stay fuller for longer, but they also have so many other health benefits, such as immune support, healthy skin, proper cell function, and heart health. The key to eating healthy fats is watching the serving size and pairing them with a balanced meal, as it is very easy to overeat on the healthy types of fats. The second thing that I stopped doing was consuming alcohol. There are no health benefits to drinking alcohol. It is all health downsides and negative effects. One of the downsides to consuming alcohol is that it's empty calories, meaning that it is calories without any benefit or nutrition. It also slows down our metabolism, making it much easier to gain weight. Alcohol also leads to increased food cravings, and typically cravings for unhealthy foods. Alcohol causes 7 types of cancers that we know of. There will probably be more. I do have a separate video on alcohol and cancer risk, of course, so I'll put that video link here. Now, I can't say that I never, ever drink, but they are very few and far between. If there is a special occasion that I want some alcohol to consume, I will definitely have a little bit. Last year in 2024, I think I had 2, maybe 3 drinks. I know I had a glass of wine on New Year's Eve in Thailand, and then I had a pumpkin beer at Halloween. There might have been one more in there. I can't quite remember, but they are very few and far between to try to keep the benefits of not drinking alcohol, and also helps keep my belly flat. It is important to work with your healthcare provider on decreasing alcohol consumption if you consume alcohol on a regular basis, as alcohol withdrawal can be deadly. The third thing that I stopped doing was eating fried foods. Fried foods are very low in nutrition. They are jam-packed with unhealthy fats, and they have many other health harms. Fried foods can be really harsh on the digestive tract, leading to abdominal bloating, abdominal pain, and gas. Fried foods also promote an unhealthy gut biome, or that natural bacteria, which can also lead to additional abdominal or belly bloating. For example, I didn't really eat much fried foods on a regular basis, but I've really cut them out over time. I used to love going for sweet potato fries. Honestly, looking at the lack of nutrition there, I would rather just have a sweet potato, and it's not processed, packaged, extra chemicals, stabilizers to a sweet potato, like there would be sweet potato fries. And then obviously my sweet potato that I bake in the oven is not deep fried and have that extra added harm. Switching gears, let's talk next about the 3 things that I started doing to help flatten my belly. The first thing that I started doing was incorporating HIIT, or high intensity interval training, into my workout routine. Several years ago, I would only do steady state cardio as my only form. I would strength train and then do either walking on the treadmill, sometimes on an incline, elliptical. I never would really exert myself very much when I did cardio. When I actually discovered Peloton, which I love, you don't have to have Peloton, of course, but a lot of the Peloton classes are more interval training. And once I started doing some sprints on the treadmill, intervals on the bike, intervals on the treadmill, kind of working a little bit harder for a period of time and then working a little bit less hard for a period of time, I really noticed that the excess fat in my belly area started dissolving and coming off pretty quick. Why that happens is those interval training actually takes our body out of homeostasis. So our body likes to sit in homeostasis, It likes that equal natural area to reside in. When we do that interval, it kind of takes us further out of homeostasis, and then it takes our body longer to get back into that level of equilibrium. So that's what you would consider to be like an afterburn of exercise. So we kind of keep burning calories after we're done exercising, and the HIIT exercises help with that, kind of give us that extra benefit of fat burning. The second thing that was improving my gut flora, or again, that natural bacteria in our belly. Like I mentioned earlier, we have this natural bacteria that is in our stomachs, our GI tract, and we want this to be balanced and as healthy as possible for our health, and also to help decrease abdominal bloating. One way to improve our gut flora is by eating a wide variety of those whole foods with lots of fiber. I've also focused on adding natural probiotics into my daily nutrition. Every day, I will either have a Siggy's yogurt. This is like my favorite ever because it is lower in added sugar, quite high in protein, and again, has those natural cultures to promote a healthy gut flora. So I either have one of these, or I love the Synergy kombuchas. So this one's my favorite, the elderberry juniper. So good, my favorite flavor ever. And I love the Synergy kombuchas. I honestly don't really trust other brands of kombucha because this one you can actually see the fermentation or those cultures on the bottom. So I just gently, before I have it, kind of tilt it up and down, invert it. You don't want to shake it or it will explode when you open it. But I try to have either a half a bottle of this every day, sometimes a whole bottle, or like I said, a yogurt, sometimes both, but not always. But again, these have helped me tremendously not bloat and eat as much fiber, whole grains, whole foods, vegetables, as much as I want without feeling really bloated and distended throughout the day. Do you want one? I can get you some. My son's trying to take my Synergy away from me. I got to get him a little some. The third thing that I did was prioritize my sleep. Several years ago, my anxiety was not very well controlled. I would often lay awake in bed for hours trying to go to sleep with my mind racing. Once my anxiety improved and I got my anxiety under control, I was finally able to sleep well, get that quality, proper sleep every night, and notice that the excess fat in my abdomen area started to dissolve and go away. For an adult, the recommendation is 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. When we don't get that proper sleep, it really wreaks havoc on our hormones and makes it very difficult to have a healthy weight and promotes body fat storage. And there you have it. By making these changes, stopping the habits that were not serving my body and starting new ones that supported my health, I've been able to feel more balanced, lighter, and have more energy. If you've considered making any of these changes for yourself, I hope that my journey and experience gives you some insight and motivation. Remember, it's all about finding what works for you and taking small steps to a healthier lifestyle. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.